Hello everyone, I'm Ashish Ranjan, an educator on Unacademy. You can follow me on the Unacademy learning app where you will find my other courses as well. This lesson is about the horizontal alignment and we will continue from where we left behind in the last lesson. And particularly in this lesson we will move into the depths of superelevation and how to actually attain superelevation. So do not forget to rate, review and share my video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel of Unacademy. So let us begin with the topic. Well, in the previous lesson, we actually saw how to calculate superelevation and how much value of superelevation to be provided. Now we will see how to actually provide that superelevation. Well, basically the attainment of superelevation. Now, how is that attained? You have the superelevation broken up into two parts, that is split up into two parts. The first one is the elimination of crown of the Cambered section and the second one is the rotation of pavement to attain full superelevation. Now, we will have a look at the first method, that is elimination of crown of the Cambered section, that is first method. In this case, what happens is that outer edge is rotated about the crown. So in this diagram, as you can see over here, this thing is the outer edge, so that is basically rotated about the crown. And you basically end up with somewhat like this, then like this, and finally like this type of a road. Pavement. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of this type of a attainment of superelevation? Well, the first one is that small length of road, so the cross slope is less than camber, and also there is drainage problem in outer half of the problem, that is in outer half. So you have drainage problem and also the road of the length, the road length is quite small. Now the second method, that is crown is shifted outwards. So you can see this is a crown, so that gets shifted first like this, then like this, then like this, then like this. So this also has a certain disadvantages. So the first one is that large negative superelevation on outer half, and also the drivers have the tendency to run the vehicle along shifted crown. So that is also another disadvantage. So these two methods for the elimination of crown of the Cambered section. So you had two methods. The first one was outer edge rotated about the crown and second one was crown shifted outwards. So these two methods, they both have certain disadvantages. Now the second one is rotation of pavement to attain full superelevation. And this also has two methods. The first one is rotation about the central line. So you can see this is the central line. So, and this is the road. So initially the road was like this, but rotated about the central line, keeping the CG fixed. So that is basically depressing the inner edge and raising the outer edge, each by half the total amount of superelevation. So why by half? See, because this is the length, so you have to basically this angle. So this depression is basically half of the superelevation. This rise is also half of the superelevation. So basically, actually what you get is that this total road, if this total road were to be considered, in that case you would actually see that you would be attaining the full superelevation, and center line is that is the center is fixed, one side shifted downward, the other side is raised upward. So in this case, what are the advantages? The first advantage is that earthwork is balanced. You can see over here, since this is depressed below, so this amount of earthwork, that is this portion, this would have been dug out, and over here to raise this part you need to provide earthwork. So this earthwork and this earthwork, they balance each other. So the second one is vertical profile of the central line remains unchanged. So this is the vertical profile. Okay, vertical profile of the central line's vertical profile remains unchanged, that is this is at the same position. And what are the disadvantages? Well, the disadvantages are that first one, drainage problem, that is depressing the inner edge below the general level. So this is the normal ground level, but you are depressing this portion below the ground level, so there is a bit of drainage problem in this portion. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the first method, that is rotation of pavement to attain full superelevation. You also have a second method to attain the superelevation, and in this case what happens is that rotation about the inner edge. So this is the central line and this is the road. So initially the road was like this, but what you did, one portion, that is one side, it is raised upward and the other side is at the ground level only. So that is raising both the center as well as the outer edge. Okay, this is the center is raised, This outer edge is raised. So in the previous, if you could see, this was depressed by half of super elevation, this was raised by half of super elevation, so you got the total super elevation. In this case, since this is not raised, so you need to raise this by total value of super elevation. That is, outer edge is raised by total amount of super elevation. Okay. Now what are the advantages? The advantage is that since the entire thing is above the ground, so you have no drainage problem. You can see over here, this is the ground level, so no drainage problem. Well, it also has a certain amount of disadvantages. The first one is that additional earth filling. See, in this case, there is no excavation of any sort below the ground level, so you need extra amount of earth filling so as to raise this much amount of the outer edge. So as to raise this road, you need some extra additional filling. Also in this case, central line of pavement is also raised. Central line of pavement, you can see, this was the central line initially. I'm sorry. Yeah, in this case, this was central line. Now the central line is raised. It is somewhere about in this point. In the previous one, you could see the central line was fixed. The center point was fixed. In this, the center is raised. So that is another disadvantage. Although the vertical alignment of the road is unchanged, you can see this is the vertical alignment, that is same. That remains the same. Okay. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of the second method. And basically, we use the second method, that is rotation of pavement, to attain the super elevation. So that is the more frequent method used, and according to our facilities and whatever is provided, our own convenience, we use either the first method or the second method. And even in some cases, that previous method, that is crown related, that is elimination of crown of the cambered section, okay, that may also be used according to the need. Now you can see this thing. So this is the axis of rotation, and this is basically the road. Entire thing is the road. So this is the normal horizontal portion, and you can see this portion is raised. Over here it is not raised, and slowly it rises and goes up to this portion. So you have this type of curve, like this, you can see this. So, and over here there is somewhat of a depression. You can see this is going below the ground. So that is what actually was my motive, to show you, actually make it clear to you what actually how super elevation is being provided and how is the super elevation transition. So now you can easily see over here the super elevation is better achieved, and this is the starting point, so there is no super elevation as such. And actually super elevation is actually provided mainly in the last 1/3 of the length. Okay, you can see this is a 2/3, this is 1/3, and this entire thing is a super elevation runoff. So in the 2/3 the rise is not much, but in the last 1/3 the rise is full, and this is the crown runoff. So this portion is the crown runoff, and this whole thing, this entire thing is the super elevation transition. Okay, now this is also the super elevation transition, but from the top view. So you can see this is the normal crown, this is the tangent crown, length of runoff, and full super elevation. You can see this. These four things are shown over here. This is full super elevation. Over here is crown runoff, and then you have super elevation runoff and all such things. You can see normal crown, full super elevation, and all mediocre things. The central line is a central line profile, and over here you have two parts. One is the outside edge of the traveled way, one is the inside edge of the traveled way, and over here you have this profile control central line. Okay, so yeah, that's all that we have from this lesson. In case you have any doubts regarding any of the topics, feel free to contact me on the Unacademy platform, or even you can even comment it out on the video, and I would get back to you as soon as I can. And in case you want any modifications or any additions to any of the topics, so in that case you can let me know, and I would create that video for you. Thank you.